Hey everybody out there, welcome back to this week's Dark Avenger comic book review. I was concluding my talk about Hulk Smash Avengers. This is a little mini, obviously, because the movie came out this month, and it's a 5-week mini about the development of the Hulk and the Avengers over the past 50 years, apparently. So it's basically going to end in current day, and it started way back in the very beginning of the Avengers. I was talking about the advertisement here. This is the next Red Hulk story coming out, and it involves the Mayan rule. I don't know why they're already advertising for the next Hulk storyline when they didn't even finish the other storyline yet. But anyway, this book, Hulk Smash Avengers, is really good. I would highly recommend checking it out. But then again, do you need to read it? Absolutely not. It's just something extra. It's something Marvel's doing for the Avengers movie. I wanted to check it out. I'll be honest, I liked issue 1. Issue 2 did not wow me as much as issue 1 did, and I'll tell you guys why in the next episode. But issue 1 was really good. I enjoyed this one most of all. Great artwork and a really good story. This book, a few people are going to be happy I picked up, and I'm going to see a few cheers in my comments, I'm sure. It's an Avengers Versus X-Men tie-in. Avengers Academy, issue 29. Yes, I know some of you out there are going, oh, he got it finally. Yes, I got Avengers Academy. Yes, it was very good also. Basically, this takes place after Cyclops escapes Utopia. He leaves all of the kids behind. So Wolverine brings the X-Men kids from Utopia to Avengers Academy to stay while all the fighting is going on between the X-Men and the Avengers, and they're going to stay at Avengers Academy for a while. They're not prisoners, however, they're not allowed to leave either. So they some of them are kind of saying, yeah, we're not prisoners, yet you're kind of keeping us here, and if we want to leave, you won't let us leave. Here's a good first page. So instead, Hercules kind of says, oh, you don't have to worry about missing out on the fight. We could have an Avengers versus X-Men right here in the Olympics. And they actually have some competitions with the X-Men. It was really good. X-23 obviously is playing a nice part in Avengers Academy, where she's growing a bit, but she still has a couple of problems. This is why I might actually stick around Avengers Academy. Yes, kill me, I know. It was a really good book. Here is the antagonist of the book, though. Sebastian Shaw. Who didn't see that coming? And it leads into the next issue. But basically, Sebastian Shaw is the one that's causing the most trouble for Avengers Academy in this part and in the next part. The next part comes out in 2 weeks. After that, I'm sure something else is going to happen, because don't forget, guys, this is going to be going on. Avengers vs. X-Men is going to be going on until October, November. So this is going to carry all the way towards the end of the year. So any comic that's colliding with Avengers vs. X-Men, its story arc is done all the way until the end of the month, the end of the year practically. So that's why I kind of feel bad. All the X-Men books and all the Avenger books are so focused on Avengers vs. X-Men now that we're not going to have any different stories at least until after November, December, because you know there's going to be an Aftermath book. So we're not going to see anything as far as individual stories for these books at least until the very beginning of 2013, which is kind of a disappointment with all the books that are involved with Avengers vs. X-Men, but what can you do? It's a huge event, and this is how Marvel works half the time. So, really good. Artwork was great. Story arc was really good. I'm looking forward to the next part, Sebastian Shaw versus the Avengers Academy. Going into Wolverine's side, the final part 2, Wolverine and the X-Men Alpha and Omega, part 5 of 5. Basically, there's only one way to get out of that world, after all, out of Quentin Quire's game, and that is, quite simply, and I'm spoiling it here because I know there aren't that many people that really were interested in this series to begin with. It was a good series, and it was good artwork. In the Dream World, I enjoyed the artwork. In the Dream World, I really enjoyed the artwork. However, in the Awake world, not so much. Not so much in the Awake world. So there was 2 different artworks going on. In the end, basically, Wolverine had to do something, I won't say what, to Quentin Quire to break them all free from his world. So they all break free. And in the end, when Quentin thought he was going to get thrown out of the Jean Grey School of Higher Learning, it turns out that Wolverine says, no, you're going to stay for a bit. So, yeah, and in the end, basically, Quentin Quire takes it up as he won. He's like, talk about psych warfare 101. So basically, in the end, he feels like he won. Another thing I want to mention, Thunderbolts is changing to Dark Avengers in issue 175. Here's the thing, a lot of people say it's changing to Dark Avengers. I don't think it's changing to Dark Avengers. I think the Thunderbolts are going to be crossing over with the Dark Avenger teams are going to, some of the certain teammates, like the ones on this cover, are going to be joining the Thunderbolts. I don't know for sure, guys. I believe that's what's going to happen. Now, if the Thunderbolts do become the Dark Avengers, then they become the Dark Avengers, and I'll be buying the book permanent. But I will be checking out Thunderbolts or Dark Avengers 175, and I'll let you guys know when it comes out. So that was, but that's then. This is now. Was this a good mini? That is a very good question. It was a nice mini. It builds on the hate relationship between Wolverine and Quentin Quire. Do you absolutely positively need it? Just like on Cyclops' side, the X-Club miniseries, I would say you don't need Alpha and Omega. If the trade paperback comes out and it's cheap and you can afford it, I'd say check it out. If you can't and you need to know for sure, should I get it or shouldn't I get it? Should I skip it? In my opinion, it's skippable. You can skip it. You're not missing out on too much in this miniseries. Do I feel I wasted my money? Absolutely not, but I wouldn't say you absolutely need this miniseries either. So it's an up to you kind of thing. Daredevil, issue 12. This book has no Daredevil in it. It's all about Matt Murdock just wrecking it up and just relaxing. He goes out on a date with that girl that's been trying to prove he's Daredevil since issue 1. And finally, by this issue, she kind of is convinced that he's not Daredevil. However, Daredevil knows that Megacrime is going to be chasing after him. So he actually asked SpiderMan to be his lookout. Turns out SpiderMan wasn't exactly his lookout. Also, in the middle of this book, you get a story about how, oh God, what's his name? I want to make sure I say it. It's Foggy, I believe. It is Foggy. I keep calling him Foggy. Somebody said his name is Froggy. I don't think it's Froggy. It's Foggy. Foggy, I was right, yes, Foggy. I don't know why I keep screwing around with Foggy and Froggy. Turns out it's back in the day when they were in college, and basically Foggy gets booted out because the professor claims that he copied or plagiarized one of the professor's papers, when it turns out the professor plagiarized Foggy's paper, and they have this entire court thing going on, and in the end, basically, guess what? They won. And that's how they decided to become lawyers and whatnot. And in the end, I'm going to spoil a little bit. One of the mega crime units shows up, and I believe it's the Black Spectre is coming for the Omega Drive, and not him nor his friends are going to be safe. To be continued in basically 2 weeks, because I believe I ordered Daredevil issue 13 for the week of the 23rd? No, the week of the 16th, sorry. The week of the 16th, I believe it's coming out, so really good. It was wrecked, no Daredevil in this book, but the story's going really good. Matt Murdock is officially a target of all Mega Crime, and they want that Omega Drive, and they will go through him, and they will hurt his friends to get it. To be continued. Turns out Spider-Man wasn't around when he needed him because something happened. He was diverted, so there's nobody watching out for Matt Murdock. And that's when the Black Spectre attacked, and that was the end of the issue. Really awesome, really good. The Invincible Iron Man, issue 516. I believe in 517 what I've been asking is going to happen, but we're not talking about that issue. We're talking about this issue. Everybody wants to help Tony Stark. He's at Avenger... You done? In the beginning of the book, he's working as Iron Man against a terrorist, and they shut down his suit, middle of the battlefield, and what's the name? Miss Hammer ends up taking the fugitive in with the destroyed steel core, and leaves Tony Stark alone. Captain America and Miss Marvel show at the Avengers Mansion. offer to help Tony Stark, and he basically says, Steve, Carol, Cap, Colonel, go to hell. And he dukes it out a bit with Captain America, and he's like, I'm fine, but I'm taking a leave of absence for the Avengers for a while, and he walks out. And then as the issue, there's a lot that happens in the middle that I'm not going to spoil. Then at the very end of the issue, as it says right here, Daredevil, yes, I'm still on Daredevil. Tony Stark tells the general, he gives up, he quits being Iron Man, to be continued. In the next issue, I saw the preview for the next issue, he tells the general to take off the inhibitor. I don't know why, we don't know what happened yet, but the Mandarin is planning something with Zeke. I'm not going to say what, you got to read this. It got better. I remember saying if it gets better, I'll be happy. It got better. It got better. You know Iron Man's not going to quit. Iron Man's not going to retire. So it's going to be fun seeing from now until maybe 10 issues from now. I'm glad this isn't crossing over with AVX. How Iron Man comes back to being Iron Man or becomes Iron Man again. It's going to be fun reading around that. So that was the Invincible Iron Man. Next up is the Amazing Spider-Man issue 685, Ends of the Earth. Spider-Man is getting outgunned. Basically, now that a lot of Doc Ock's Sinister Six is either captured or incarcerated or whatever, he goes around the world to find more supervillains to help him out. And so does Spider-Man with the heroes. He goes around the world. And finally, the words End of the Earth finally show up in the issue, and now you know why it's called Spider-Man Ends of the Earth. Because in this issue, Silver Sable backs Spider-Man up and says, I would follow him to the ends of the earth. And that's what gets all the superheroes to believe Spider-Man's still trying to convince everybody that Doc Ock does not want to save the world, that he wants to destroy it. And at the end of the issue, let's just say Spider-Man was right. And the ending goes up in a blaze. And I'm not gonna, that's it. If you didn't see it, you didn't see it. Half of the earth is definitely it turns out Spidey was right. That's all I'm going to say. Spider-Man was right. And now what's going to happen next? We don't know. There is 1, 2, 3, 4 issues. 4 issues left. It's 2 more Amazing Spider-Mans. The epilogue comes out in Avenging Spider-Man 8. And next week is the one-shot Amazing Spider-Man Ends of the Earth special. So I'll be getting that. But yeah, Spider-Man was right. And Doc Ock just is a spiteful SOB, and he wanted to just destroy the world. And guess what? Spidey thought this was going to be, he's like, this is the part where you're going to make me look like the bad guy, and you had all this under control, and you're going to be looking like the good guy. He's like, you know what, Spidey? No. This time you were right. I just wanted to destroy everything. And boom! Wow. This is good. I'm sorry. Anybody who's not liking this, I understand, and I respect your opinion, but I liked it. I'm sorry. It was good. It's gonna see good. It's gonna see. I'm looking forward to seeing what happens next in Amazing Spider-Man. Really awesome. Now, improving. Venom, issue 17. Venom is going after Crime Master because he has to destroy Crime Master before Crime Master hurts the people he cares about. And he gets there, and he's ready to snipe him. And then Eddie Brock shows up and tries to stop Venom. He wants to destroy Venom because of the symbiote. Venom stops Eddie, but he then gets attacked by everybody who's working for Crime Master. And it turns out the Human Fly is working also for Crime Master now. Beautiful artwork. But Crime Master, for those of you who didn't know, has, from issues back, acquired the Toxin symbiote. And he gives it to somebody. And I'm not going to spoil it in this one. But the new Toxin, whose name will not be mentioned, although it kind of was, will be going after Venom. And I'm going to spoil who Toxin is in one word at the count of 3, and then I won't say it again. The Toxin, or the Toxin reveal, who Toxin is in 1, 2, 3, Eddie Brock is Toxin. To be continued. nice to see somebody back in a symbiote. It's just not the right one. Wow. Hey, Mike. You might want to read Venom 17.
Uh-huh.
Uh-huh. Because Michael's sitting there in shock right now. So that's the new Toxin. Looking forward to the next issue. Sorry if I spoiled something for you guys, but this is 2 weeks old. If you didn't know by now. If this was on time, and I was reviewing this on time, I would not have revealed who Toxin was. But this is 2 weeks old. By now, you guys have to know. And there have already been previews for the next Venom. Finally this week, Book of the Week is Avengers Versus X-Men Round 3, Issue 3. In this issue, the X-Men, very smartly and covertly, find a way to escape the Avengers, and they do get away from the Avengers. The book actually begins with Wolverine waking up from being scorched to death by Hope. And he's with Spidey. Spidey has a good role. So basically, Cyclops is like, I surrender, whatever. Yeah, they surrendered. And then Captain Strange, well, Doctor Strange comes back, and everybody thinks it's the real Doctor Strange, except Wolverine, who has a smelling thing, and he knows that they're lying. So Wolverine tries to get the X-Men, they escape, and da-da-da-da. I'm going to skip over a lot of the middle, and basically the Avengers split up to several different places to try to find Hope. The X-Men have a plan. They need a Cerebro. Where's the only Cerebro? At the Jean Grey School of Higher Learning. That will be to be continued in the next episode, because they show up in Wolverine and the X-Men, and that issue will be in the next episode of my Dark Avenger comic book review. So in the next episode, you'll see what happens next with the X-Men. However, with the Avengers, basically Captain America is asking Wolverine to sit this one out, because obviously Wolverine wants to kill Hope, and the Avengers don't want to kill Hope. They just want to contain her and try to protect her from the Phoenix Force. However, Wolverine's like, you can't protect her. There's nothing you can do. There's nowhere you can hide her that the Phoenix can't get to her. We have to kill her. That's the only way. And basically, he gets the big Das Boot out of the Avenger jet. And yeah, basically they leave him in the Antarctic as they're heading towards, I believe, Cap's team. Where are they going? They're going to, I believe they're going somewhere. Where were they going? My squad's going to Savage Land. They were on their way to the Savage Land, but not before dropping Wolverine off in the North Pole to keep him out of the fight. To be continued. Wow. So basically now Wolverine's on neither person's side. He's not on the Avengers side, and he's not on the X-Men side. Mind you, I did read Wolverine and the X-Men for the next comic book review. Why? Because I just wanted to know what happened with Cyclops going to the Jean Grey School of Higher Learning. The Wolverine and the X-Men book takes place between the beginning of this book and the end of this book. Basically, when Wolverine goes to the Savage Land, that takes place after the events in the latest Wolverine and the X-Men. So this kind of, Wolverine and the X-Men kind of fits in the middle of this issue of Avengers Versus X-Men, because he gets stuck in the North Pole, basically, at the end of this issue. So Wolverine's out of the equation for now. He's going to come back. You all know Wolverine's not going to sit this one out, especially with the Phoenix Force and everything like that. So Wolverine will be back. Looking forward to the next issue. Next week, in 2 weeks, in 2 episodes, it will be issue 4 and Versus number 2 at the same time this month. So looking forward to that. Book of the Week, really good. I'm enjoying Avengers Versus X-Men. By the way, this is the Avengers team variant. Most of my covers are going to be Avenger team variants. I'm not getting the regular covers. Unless I have absolutely no choice. But the Avenger covers have been in. Miss Marvel colored in, Rogue, black and white. The next issue's cover is SpiderMan and Iceman. For those of you just interested, just letting you guys know. So that's it. Let's conclude this week so I can go read the comic books on time, and we could get an on-time comic book review, or at least only a 2 or 3 day late comic book review. Avengers vs. X-Men number 3, really good. Check it out. It's a really big event that's going really well. Venom number 17 was awesome. New Toxin. You may want to check this out for those of you old Venom fans. Amazing Spider-Man 685 is heating up. Really good. Check it out. Invincible Iron Man 516 restores my hope for the Iron Man series. It's the Long Way Down Part 1, so it's a new storyline. It's a new story arc starting here. So if you want to start Iron Man, now is your time to start with the new story arc. Daredevil issue 12, really good, heating up. No Daredevil in this one though. Wolverine the X-Men Alpha and Omega Part 5 of 5. The entire miniseries, it's up to you guys. Do you need to read it? Not really. It's up to you though. Avengers Academy issue 29, Avengers Versus X-Men tie-in, really good. Check it out. Hulk Smash Avengers issue 1 of 5. It's completely up to you guys. It's not a need to buy comic book. It's if you have the extra. FF17, please buy just for the antics that go on in this book. It was well worth the money. I loved it. DC Swamp Thing issue 9 and Animal Man issue 9 are both must-haves. Two of the few books that I would say are must-haves from DC. Once again, I could count how many DC books you should have with my two hands. Justice League International 9 was good up until it said to be continued in Firestorm issue 9. That's strike 1. I only give 2 strikes. If at the end of issue 10 it says go back to Firestorm issue 10, that will be the last JLI issue I get. I'm sorry, I'm not feeding into this BS of trying to sell more comics from DC, especially because I don't like their new universe. Smallville issue 1 was really good. Guys, if you're Smallville fans and you don't buy Digicomics, it's right here. The first 4 episodes, so to speak, are right here. Awesome, really good. Please check it out. The only book I highly recommend from DC Comics this week, and it's DC Comics, and I never highly recommend anything from them anymore. Huntress and Power Girl issue 1. If you're interested, I'd say check it out way before I say check out Earth 2 number 1. Earth 2 number 1 was a little bit of a disappointment, but once again, it's really... You could replace Earth 2 with JSA number 1, and it's a $3.99 book, by the way, also, because it's a pretty thick book. But once again, I would say out of these two, I would recommend checking this book out before you check this book out. Not my flavor, so to speak. So I won't be coming back for issue 2. It's up to you guys with Earth 1 or Earth 2. That's completely up to you guys with Earth 2. I just didn't like it at all, and I'm not really a JSA fan anyway, so who cares? Whisper number 2 was pretty good. Did not come out this week. You got to go back in the month of April. Voltron Year 1 number 2 was really good. Check it out. X-Men of War number 1. Valiant Comics is back. Give it a check out. It was really good. I was not expecting to enjoy it as much as I did. The Spider issue number 1. Check that out. It was really good. And The Shadow, which came out a week or 2 back, issue 1. Give it a check out too. Just make sure you read everything, or else, like me, you'll be a little bit lost. And that was the week of May 2nd. Hopefully, by the middle of this week, I'll have the comic review that should have been shot today up, and everything will be back on track and back on time. If you enjoyed this comic book review, please, please, please do one of 2 things, or actually, please do 2 things. Number 1, if you enjoyed this video, give it a favorite. Show YouTube that you like these videos that I'm providing for you guys on Dark Avengers C86. If you liked a comic book, or didn't like a comic book, or have a question about any of the comic books I reviewed in this episode, in part 1 or part 2, please feel free to leave a comment on its respective part, whether it be the last part or this part of my comic book review. And if you're not already subscribed, please subscribe to this channel as well as its sister channel, Dark Avenger Inc. Big things are coming for Dark Avenger Inc. Comic book reviews. I'm tongue-tied all day today. It's terrible. Even with the trilogy that I shot with Comic Corner, I'm tongue-tied all day. Anyway. Comic book reviews, if not on time, are always shot eventually. Most of the time they are on time, and they're every week. So come back next week, subscribe, and you'll be here, and you'll get it on your subscription bar next week, or in the middle of the week for the next episode of this. But normally, if it's once a week, it's usually on Mondays. So subscribe today, become a Dark Avengerite until I come up with something better to say for my subscribers. As I said, favorite the video, show YouTube you like this stuff, and please, I love comments. Feel free to comment anything you want below, whether you liked the book, didn't like a book, or a question about a book. Feel free to. Any recommendations, if you have a recommendation, also feel free to mention it below. I've touched a few new books. I got a new book coming next week that I know a few people are going to go absolutely bonkers, that I actually bought the trade paperback of the first story arc. And yeah, so please guys, as I said, favorite this video if you like it, subscribe to Dark Avengers C86 today so you will not miss out on a video, not one video, and go to Dark Avenger Inc. and subscribe there because there's big things that are going to be coming soon. Not right away. It's a brand new channel. It needs time to work its way up, but once it starts working its gears in motion, things are going to start coming on a weekly basis. So please subscribe today, become a Dark Avenger subscriber, and as I said, favorite the video, show YouTube you like this, because I don't have a like and dislike bar, because certain people, if they don't agree with my opinion on a comic, will thumbs down the video, when in reality they're not thumbsing down my opinion, they're thumbsing down the actual video, which hurts the video. So I keep my thumbs up and down off. So the only way you can show you like it is by favoriting it. Show YouTube that you are liking what you're seeing. Take care, everybody. I'll see you hopefully by the middle of the week with an up-to-date comic book review with the comics that were released last week. This was 2 weeks ago. And until next time, guys, keep reading, keep collecting, and I will see you guys hopefully very soon with another Dark Avenger comic book review. Take care, everybody.